And yes, I haven't done a video in a while. But anyways, this is my video response to Christopher, whose video response to EMIC 77 or what Apple Soldier. I don't know why you're a Crisis fan, dude. Technically, I hated that piece of shit and didn't really care for it. Its physics were off, but then again, who needs physics? Apparently not ADR. But anyways, oh, the game industry. You were saying that PC games generate a lot for developing games, and that is true. It has. Unfortunately, I think your information's a little old because I have done some genuine research. This information on Wikipedia is a little old too. But the problem is that the industry is a little down a little, down this year because of certain technical issues. One of which that's been plaguing the industry for a while, and you've all got to know this, but graphics cards are starting to get huger and bulkier. And it's causing significant problems because and video cards too are also getting bulkier as well. But anyways, this problem aside, it is kind of a problem for. Yes, they've innovated the industry, but there's only so far you can develop certain technology before you have to redo all of it from the ground up. And unfortunately, I think it's starting to get there because technology is really starting to get a little out of control, and it's getting harder to remake newer technology now because, well, look at that motherfucker. I know it's a 9800 GT2. It's probably not the latest. Yeah, because, there's always a later, newer graphics card, which has gotten even more and more and more and more bulkier. You could see it all lined up, one after another, like in some sort of graphics card history lesson, and see that the graphics cards, they're literally starting to just get bigger and bigger, and it's a growing problem. That's one of the main problems with PC gaming today is it grew the industry, but it grew it way too much. And yes, I still mean it when the developers of Crysis should have fucking gotten a physics book, or at least somewhere close to it, because that game is not as accurate as they say. And they also ran a test on Crysis. I don't want to really bring up the late because I really don't care. But anyways, they ran a test and they were able to put all settings on maximum high under Windows XP with full graphics capability and make it just as crystal clear under DirectX. They did it all in DirectX 9, which is Windows XP, but they made it look like they made it just as crystal clear as if it was on Windows Vista DirectX 10. And they found that they were identical. I think it was Game Trailer that did this test, and it was a hack into the Crysis game. It was a significant blow to EA. Of course, EA's got other blows, like the two wonderful lawsuits they got for Spore for the Mac and PC, which had rootkits, and everyone's favorite little role-playing game, I think, Mass Effect for the PC, which also had rootkits, which makes the PC version of Mass Effect completely and utterly useless. Yes, the gameplay may be great, but you're pretty much sacrificing your computer because rootkits can fuck up your system, or a hacker can just get into your operating system and fuck it up for you. That's the wonderful magic of rootkits. Yay, EA. Go fuck yourselves. And yes, I saw like this one guy showing his new graphics card, Master Funk Flip, or whatever the hell. And he's got a big ass motherfucker, and he's gonna have to do the same thing that I did, because I used to have custom built PCs, and the problem with custom builds is you've got to constantly replace it and constantly upgrade it, and it's a bitch, and it's expensive. It is not cheap parts. Don't factor in just the parts that you get on your first time around. You got to factor in replacement parts too. No one has ever talked about replacement parts, or the fact that the custom PC market is unfortunately what I still call fucking chaos, unbelievably, and that is unfortunately true. Unfortunately, rambling on here. I don't want to go past 10 minutes, so I gotta cut it short. But anyways, the technology is starting to get a little bit too huge, and the body frames are beginning to not be able to hold it. That you're gonna have to get a whole new frame too pretty soon, and there's a constant heat problem, which I also talked about in the previous video about what happens when you run chemicals through your fucking computer, and what happens when one of those pipes breaks? You got to replace the whole motherfucker. But yeah, I mean, custom PC's got its massive problems, and look, Macs do too. But until they fix those problems, and I don't care if Macs gets introduced to the PCs, but still, I mean, Mac OS 10 gets set free, but still, a problem's a problem no matter how you look at it. Well, that's all I can say under 10 minutes, hopefully.